So my name is Christine Duhaime. I'm visiting you here today from Vancouver. I work in an organization called the Digital Finance Institute. And thank you for coming to this session on the Fintech Cup, Canada's first Fintech Cup. We hope there'll be many more annually. It's sort of what we call our Stanley Cup for Bay Street. Anyway, so we're really proud to be launching the Fintech Cup with the Canadian Payments Association. Now Canada Pay, sorry. Thank you. And so we had a number of entrants, and we had a session in Vancouver where we narrowed it down and chose some 5 finalists that we're bringing to you today that will do kind of a rapid fire presentation of no more than 5 minutes. So they have 4 minutes to do their presentation and then 1 minute of Q&A. And then we move on to the next one. So it's rapid fire startups, which is pretty exciting. So we're a little bit delayed, so I'll get going because I think they need the room for some other session. So first of all, though, I'd like the judges to stand up and give a brief introduction of themselves, please.
I'm Justin Fairbairn with Canadian Payments or Payments Canada. I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
My name is Doug Steiner, and I'm an independent board member for Payments Canada. I'm also a fintech investor.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Siegel. I'm here with 500 Startups. For those of you who aren't familiar, we're an early-stage venture capital fund and accelerator based in San Francisco. We have 1,600 investments across 15 countries. Over the last 5 years, we've been the most active early-stage fintech investor in the world, with 120 investments in 13 countries, including our 2 unicorns, our Credit Karma and Stripe, another 10 companies that are over 100 million in value.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Katipult is our first contender.
Hi, my name's Doug McLean. I'm coming to you. Oh, here I am. And the clicker. I'm coming to you from, we're a Calgary company. We're doing crowdfunding software for private capital markets. We've been in operation now for roughly 2 years. We've had our first client up and running since February 2015, and I'll tell you more. We are a cloud-based software infrastructure that allows small, medium enterprise in private capital markets to design, set up, and manage an investment crowdfunding platform. So our typical customer looks like a investment firm that has some holdings, and they want to provide a digital way for their investors to get involved in their products, to be able to advertise them online. That's just one. There's many others. We're dealing with quite a large market here. Private capital markets are enormous, not very organized, and globally they're huge. This is one number that we got. 555 billion is being traded globally in private markets. We've also read that 1.3 trillion is being done in US Reg D deals too. So this number is really hard to pin down, so we took a conservative approach to it. We estimate that we have 110,000 prospective clients globally, taking a look at different countries and how many we think we can close in each major city and what the capacities are. If we estimate a 15% penetration of our serviceable market, we believe that our next 5-year income could be close to $1 billion. There are some pain points that we are accomplishing in the space. The private capital markets, they have the problem with administration. So this is kind of a thing that's been done through the old boys network or old networks for quite a while. How do we make that available to new entrants, millennials? How do we make that available in a more scalable way than just picking up the phone or having breakfast conversations? We're also now moving into an era where the compliance is able to be observed, and so that more investors can get involved if they make less money. Currently in the US, it's accredited investors only, with some new laws coming in to allow retail investors. And there's no traditional software that does this job. So our solution, it does this. It allows you to grow the investor network, to efficiently manage the investors and streamline the deal flow. We have payment gateways involved. We're not using Visa or MasterCard for this since we're trading on securities. We're using wire transfer payments. In Canada, we have VersaPay integrated. Our technology is built on Elastic Beanstalk, so it's already massively scalable. The code base is scalable. Everything is on one code base with configuration options, so it's really quick to spin up new instances and bring more clients on board. And we are totally worldwide. We have clients in Australia, UK, 5 countries in Africa, Canada, US, Chile. I'm just going off memory right now. In the last year, we've signed 1.5 million in contracts. We have another 1.2 in the pipeline. We have 39 launched clients, and we have 1,000 inquiries in the last year, and that's without any outbound sales. We just have like a form on our website that just says to get in touch with us. That's how we bring our deals in. So this is how we come to our projected revenue, and there's a massive upside as well. We have secondary markets, payment flow, and service and development contracts that go along with this. All of this is a really nice money-making machine. Katipult is built to be a money-making machine. This is our team. We're worldwide. Pek's in Prague, Brock's in Thailand, I'm in North America, 8 developers, total 20 team members already, and those are all contracts, not outsourcing. As far as our competition goes, here's our grid. We're strongly API-based and international. And right now, our ask is that we're looking to raise $3 million. We're going to spend that on sales and marketing, on our outbound efforts, customer service system, and an automated QA system. In 5 days, we present at MoneyConf in Madrid. It's the global conference for this kind of piece. And this prize from the Canadian market would do us amazing for the exposure in Madrid next week. That's it.
Judges?
Do you have repeat clients, or is this a one-time thing?
We have clients that have approached us for doing a rewards and donations platform at the same time as an equity platform, and many of them have said that they would do 1 or 2 deals after getting going. The market is moving slow because crowdfunding is coming on board. We've had many that have talked to us about doing that, but none closed.
What's been your average sales cycle with the 39 clients you have? Are we talking about 6-month sales, 6-day sales?
In order to onboard a client, we say to our clients it takes 4 to 6 weeks. I think I'm answering your question. And we have done one client that was really good at delivering product at 3 weeks.
So it's equity-based crowdfunding, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so walk us through really, really quickly, and you're half a minute left, on how, when a client onboards, what the process is, like what happens to the client from there on.
Great. So when someone onboards, we immediately do a kickoff meeting with them, and we design out a complete plan for them based on the regulatory environment of each piece that needs to be done. So that is a subscription agreement template that can be used for every deal they're going to close on their site, so that you can get the e-signature and setting up their SSL and that kind of stuff. So we're using Basecamp to go through those to-dos, and we have a project manager in charge of that flow.
And are you talking to regulators on the legal side?
Yeah, we are meeting with regulators. I was at a conference in Las Vegas and was talking with SEC representatives down there. And every time we bring on a new client, we always ask that client to represent the regulatory aspect with their own lawyers. And those lawyers will communicate to our technical staff how to configure the software. And all of that is just configuration options. Can general audience see the deal, or can general audience not see the deal? All these are configuration options for the system. And we get surprises every once in a while when we go into a new market, but we've got it so handled because our system is able to handle the generality.
Okay, and you guys as a company are talking to regulators on your regulatory company side for the business operation?
Whenever we talk to regulators, it's always through the client. Except for in one case where we have the OSC going through our client and one of our clients in Toronto, our 2 crowd, and here we're getting like direct interface to the OSC asking for, oh, how are you reporting this, or how are you reporting this, making sure that certain data metrics are in certain places, answering questions about security and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're having good mic issues. Our next contestant is ChangeJar. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Tom Camps. I'm the founder and CEO of ChangeJar. I'm going to step down. I'm too tall anyway. Founder and CEO of ChangeJar. ChangeJar is a mobile cash application that captures cash from retail transactions, captures the change from retail transactions. The intention is to reinvigorate cash payments at retail. There's a lot of cash payments at retail, and it's kind of surprising there are as many as there are, because there's one big irritant to using cash, and that's getting a handful of change back. I got 40 bucks in my pocket, that's no big deal. If I had $7 in change, that would be annoying. As soon as I got home, I would throw it into a bowl or a drawer or a jar, and just about everybody I talk to has a change jar. My change jar is on my phone. Not surprisingly, with numbers like this, that the payments industry is looking at cash and saying that they want to kill cash. The problem with that, and I totally get it, the problem is, as you kill cash, you put margin of high volume retailers under pressure, you put tips under pressure, and you put donations under pressure. And I can talk about all of those things. What we've done is built an application that is beautifully simple, built from the ground up to be really easy to deploy. A couple of things that I hope you'll really like. First thing, our marginal cost of a transaction is zero. The cost of every incremental transaction is zero, so there will never be transaction fees on ChangeJar. Second thing, and this is beautiful, the onboarding is stunningly simple. You load the app on your phone from the App Store, from Apple or Google. You've got an empty ChangeJar on your phone. You load money into your ChangeJar. You've now got money in your ChangeJar. There's no KYC. You don't need a credit card, you don't need a bank account, you don't need a phone number, you don't need email address. You've got an empty change jar on your phone, and away you go. The foundation is change capture. Many apps die at friction for onboarding, and many apps die because they require an initial load. I don't require an initial load. I walk into a coffee shop, put 20 bucks down, and the change goes onto my phone, and away we go. And then that change is available for payments. It's available for tipping, and tipping at time of transaction or after I've had the service delivered, which is actually really interesting. That's how tipping's supposed to work. Giving is critical. Giving is under unbelievable pressure right now, and we can actually reinvigorate it. Person-to-person payments is a feature that has to be there, and we have a very elegant transaction log that stays in the app. How do we make money if we're not charging transaction fees? Well, my previous company, my largest customer was Starbucks. I know the strength of having a payments application integrated with promotions and rewards, et cetera. And I believe that merchants will pay me for that capability while they're running a payments app that doesn't actually cost anything for payments and doesn't cost anything to load. And I've got a couple of other places that I can make money, including white labeling. Very experienced team. This is my third startup. My previous company was called Bold Street Wireless, which you know if you ever used Wi-Fi in Starbucks, and we were early with Starbucks Wi-Fi and McDonald's and Tim's and Bell and Telus and Rogers, et cetera. My engineering team, they've all got 20 plus years of experience. My advisors, Dave Henderson is the just retired CFO of McDonald's Canada, and he's on the board of Ronald McDonald House. So the things that I'm telling you it's fact-based, not just opinion. Pierre Roberge, co-founder of Dexit and SecureKey. John Shannon, co-founder of Bill Me Later, that was ultimately bought by PayPal for almost $1 billion. We've just hit the starting line. 2 weeks ago, we launched. We're available on those stores. Our first city is Ottawa. We're raising an angel round of approximately $500,000. This would help a lot. And we're ready to partner. We're partnering with Payment Source, LoadHub. We've been in conversations with Cosquare. There's lots of interesting people. You will hear from me. I love talking to people. You will hear from me, but I would sure appreciate your support right now. Thank you very much.
Questions from the judges?
So the experience. So we're focused right now on MPOS merchants. So merchants have point of sale that's running on an iPad. We have a companion app that sits right next to Square or Touch Bistro or whatever. You do the transaction on Square, then you flip out to ChangeJar Merchant and you say, take payment of $275, and we scan, there's a QR code. You scan the QR code from the front-facing camera on the iPad, and the transaction's done, or the same thing as the change transaction. Yep.
Where governments, folks in this room, basically everyone wants to get rid of cash, what's your fundamental insight that's driving this? I'm trying to understand.
It's a great question, and it's the fundamental question. I'll tell you that the merchants that I talk to, McDonald's franchisees, high volume, they don't have a lot of room for margin. Credit card is crushing, that's overstating it. Credit card is taking a lot of cash payments. Debit card also, but credit card's growing faster than debit, and they don't have a lot of room to give up that margin. That's number one. And on the flip side, for a McDonald's or a Tim's or a Starbucks, and I have talked to all of them, is that in the old days, when you had cash and you got change in your hand, there was a change box in front of the cash register, and you dropped the change in. Ronald McDonald House, the Tim's Children's Fund, and interestingly, Starbucks, the tip box is a key component of comp in the United States. And it's all gone away. The Starbucks app, the most successful mobile payments app in the world, arguably, they are killing tipping in the United States, and they're struggling to get it back. So there's all sorts of interesting things that happen because cash exists. So it's not just about getting change onto your phone. Obviously, I want you to pay off it. Ultimately, I would love to be ChangeJar is where all payments happen, all cash payments happen, digital cash payments happen. But there's a lot of good reasons why cash still exists, including supporting the unbanked. So I like it. It's totally contrarian. I know that most of the people in here are going, we're trying to kill cash. What's this guy doing? There's big numbers here. If I can actually create real value, I'm going to make some big noise. And if I don't, I'll be begging you for work. So.
How'd it go in Ottawa?
So we launched 2 weeks ago. We've got, we're signing up 2-3 merchants a week. We have a coffee chain. The best coffee in Ottawa, in my opinion, is the Ministry of Coffee in Hintonburg on Elgin Street. And they're proving out multiple parts of the model, including the promotions. We're doing a pilot with Morning Owl, which is another coming coffee chain. And we've got, so we're in, if you know Ottawa, we're in Hintonburg, Little Italy, where our office is, and on Elgin Street. And we're trying to get density rather than sort of spread ourselves thin, because that's where we'll have impact for you as a user.
Really quickly, are there any caps? So could you collect tips for $500,000 over the course of a year or so?
Yeah, no.
Is it spread out, or?
Yeah, so a couple of things you need to know. Before we did anything, and I know some of you people know this, before we did anything, we paid way too much money to the largest law firm in the world, who gave us guidance on how to behave and how to cap things and how to not be considered a bank and how to not be subject to FinTrack and KYC and all of these things. And that's the way we run this business. Very careful. So you want to go over $50? We're putting caps on $50 right now because it's supposed to be capturing change. We'll see where it goes, but let's start slow and steady and not rock the boat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next contestant is ZayZoon.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I want everyone to picture this. I was 16 years old when I first slid $5,000 across the table in Tim Hortons. That was the first loan I ever did, and it was to a guy I had met on Kijiji. Between the ages 16 and 23, I lent out $250,000 in the form of long-term secured loans on real estate and vehicles or anything I could get my hands on, really, as well as many short-term unsecured loans, unsecured loans, both long-term and short-term. The short-term small dollar credit loans, or payday loans, as many of you in the room would refer to them as, is really what got me interested in the industry. So I saw that there's a massive opportunity in this industry, but I also saw there's an even larger problem. So payday loans here in Canada are absolutely egregious. They charge upwards of 600%, and they tend to cluster in areas of poverty. They drive their customers into a debt spiral where they're constantly taking out a loan to repay a previous one. Google has now banned payday from its vocabulary. You can't use it on advertisements. And Alberta government has now introduced a new legislation where they're trying to ban predatory lending. This is echoed as well in the issue with payday loans is they are terrible, but there is a need for a short-term credit solution. So this is seen in Canada where 63% of millennials live paycheck to paycheck. EBN did a study where they found 24% of employees actually feel as though their financial stress inhibits their ability to do work. And I'm sure this is seen by their employers that they're doing the work for. So we know that payday loans are terrible. How can we solve that? Okay, so ZayZoon is 90% less on average than a payday loan here in Canada. We are completely online based, and we integrate with payroll systems to offer advances to employees. We're able to give a loan for 90% less because of our unique underwriting system, and as well as our reduced defaults through the payroll system. We're completely online based, so that also takes down the cost from the brick and mortar that a Money Mart or another payday lender might experience. The number one reason people use a payday loan is ease of use. So we wanted to make ZayZoon incredibly easy. So someone logs in using their unique employee ID, then they're prompted with these screens. So this person here can borrow up to $500. The max that they can borrow is $1,500 based on a few different parameters. They then click submit. They're reviewing their request and nothing else to worry about. Money's in their bank account within 30 minutes, and money's automatically debited from their next pay, not the next paycheck, but the paycheck after next. So yeah, ZayZoon is looking to completely transform the payday lending industry here in Canada without actually ever being a payday lender. Any questions?
Questions from the judges?
Can you say you're doing 90% less, you're going to charge 60% a year instead of 600?
Yeah, so we like to look at it as a payday loan is charging $23 per 100. We're charging about $3 for the same time period.
And the time period's what, 2 weeks? Or?
Yeah, so a payday loan's a 2-week time period. They get paid back on their next payday. We actually do about average is 20 days, so the payday after next. Yeah.
I've got, I guess, a couple. First and foremost, have you issued your first loan on the platform yet?
Yeah, so we've been doing a pilot here in Calgary with a I guess just an employer customer for the previous 6-7 months while we've been building out the platform. And then we're actually doing a huge launch at the end of summer here with about 1,000 employee business.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the value proposition to the employer?
Yeah, so lots of employers that we've been talking to are actually cutting their employees' checks. So they're doing separate pay runs, so it's costing them money, obviously, to do a separate pay run. And then they're also, it's disrupting their cash flow and whatnot, too. And then you can wrap in as well the loss of productivity on employees. So we know that there's a large percentage of the workforce that are actually already going to get payday loans, and they're paying this high fee and they're getting into that debt spiral. So if the employer can offer a solution that causes them no extra overhead, why wouldn't they do it?
So are you actually running the payroll for them now?
So we integrate with the payroll system, and then yeah, there's some secret sauce in there. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Contestant is NIMJA.
All right. My name is Ian. I'm a first-year university student, and I'm here to talk to you about NIMJA. The easiest way to explain NIMJA is by looking at how payments work today with credit cards. Of course, you have your credit card, which you can swipe, insert, tap on a credit card machine, and your payment will go through. And newly introduced in Canada, we have Android Pay and Apple Pay. Now, at NIMJA, we took a look at this sort of diagram, and I want you to focus on the device in the middle. It has a black and white screen, costly monthly fees, a weak internet connection, and it's about 3 times the size of your phone that's in your pocket right now. So what we wanted to do was to replace that with your phone. Simple as that. So NIMJA was started between 5 students, and what we wanted to do was exactly that. Use your phone to replace credit card terminals. It makes use of a lot of the technology that you already have in your phone. For example, NFC, so you can actually tap a credit card on the back of your phone to accept a payment. The camera, so you can hover your camera over a credit card and NIMJA will read the numbers off for you. And of course, the internet connection in your phone allows you to make instant payments, get feedback on those payments, send off email receipts, and also refund a payment if you ever make a mistake in that process. And what's really nice is it's just an app download, so it allows anyone to accept payments right now. Even better is your customers don't need to install anything. They can keep using the technology that they already have, just their simple credit card or their Android Pay and Apple Pay phone, and you can use NIMJA to accept payments even then. So here's a short little demo. Doug, let's say you're at the Keg just downstairs here at the Westin. You want to pay for your bill, so you pull out your credit card. The server, of course, runs back, maybe grabs one of the restaurants, maybe one of 2 credit card machines that they have charging at the back, and then brings it over. It's a bit of a clunky process. With NIMJA, that server could have dropped down their personal phone, opened up the app, and processed your payment just by tapping the, it's a little bit slow, but you could have just tapped your phone on the credit card. It would have read the credit card, and your payment could have gone through just like that. So let's take a look at our market. NIMJA appeals most to small new businesses because they don't have a pre-existing payment system in their business. And NIMJA is perfect for that because it's just an app download away. It doesn't take any extra hardware or anything like that. Now, of course, we do have a lot of competitors in this MPOS field, such as Square and PayPal here. But in case you don't know, these are just other competitors where you download an app, but many of these require additional hardware, whether that's like an additional dongle, which you plug into your phone, an extra contactless reader. And I know I sound a little bit crazy when I say that like these dongles are the biggest hassle in the world. But think about it this way. If you're a new merchant, you want to open up your store. And you want to open up your store, and of course you want to accept credit card payments. So you go online, you go onto Square's website, and you see this. It's a $50 fee for a contactless reader. It's going to take a week to get here. And this is all for technology that's already in your phone. It seems a little ridiculous to me. So all in all, NIMJA is an app that you can download right now, and it allows you to accept credit card payments. We have a beta version available on the Android Google Play Store right now that accepts credit cards, and we're currently building support for Apple Pay and Android Pay. So what are you waiting for? It's time to get tapping. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions from our judges?
Are you limited to the $100 limit from the tapping?
So our payment processing actually goes through Stripe right now. So our limit is currently Stripe's limit of $10,000.
2 questions. 1, how do you think you're going to make money? And 2, how do you think you're going to go to market?
How we're going to make money is, looking into the future, is that most merchants, when they accept credit cards, they'll negotiate with banks for better rates. And that's similar to our plan, except rather than having one business negotiate to a bank, we control many different businesses, and we can negotiate to e-commerce companies. And once we lower those rates, we want to take a small percentage of that cut. And sorry, your second question was how to get to market?
How are you going to reach all these merchants?
Right, so most of these merchants, the first thing that we want to do is just to build trust within merchants. So like rather than being, I want an MPOS device and you think of Square, we want you to think of NIMJA because it's so much easier to get. So that's our first strategy, whether that's just through advertising or marketing to small businesses right here in Canada, especially since Canada is a really big leader in contactless payments.
Just really quickly, how do you onboard your merchant? What's required in that step?
Yeah, so onboarding is as simple as having a Stripe account, really. So you open up the app, you click sign in with Stripe, and then you're ready to go. So assuming you have maybe e-commerce already set up, or if you want to sign up for an online e-commerce service, that's all you really need, and then you can sign in through the app. Thank you. So,
You are paying the card not present rates then for all the transactions.
Sorry?
You're paying card not present rates for all the transactions.
It's whatever the fees are for Stripe. We aren't taking fees at all.
And our last contestant is the social wallet.
Okay, so the social wallet. This is a really exciting project that I've been waiting my whole life to launch. It's a digital wallet for money and identity. Together we're going to say goodbye to fees and hello to friendly finance. Phase 1 is peer-to-peer money transfer. So we're going to let people send and request money instantly with no fees. Let's think about a $20 bill. If we are sitting around a table, we can pass it around and it comes back as $20. The ownership changes with each person. It has to be physical, it's an instant transfer, and there's no fees. The beauty of cash. Now let's think about digital. In Canada, like using email money transfer, if we pass that $20 around, it goes to $18.50 and $17, $15.50, $14. It's not instant. There can be delays in transfer. There's a $1.50 fee at each stop, and every person has to have a bank account, and they have to be Canadian too. So with a social wallet, $20 is $20, $20, $20, $20, instant, no fees, no bank account needed, and it's digital, so it can be around a table or we can be around a World of Warcraft table. Here's what the app actually looks like. So we've got our balance and then 2 simple options, send and request money. Just enter the amount, integrates with your contact book, so send it to your friend, enter a little message, touch ID to prove you're you, and then the transaction goes through. If the user doesn't have a wallet, it will send them a text message to download it, and that's it. Conversely, request. In all facets of society, there's a request function with payments. So my friend owes me some money. I send him a request for 11 bucks, enter a little message. He gets a text message, clicks on it, opens up the wallet, sends it through, instant, done, complete. So the social wallet, it's free. We're not going to charge anything for the wallet, period. It's instant. Transactions happen right away. It's secure, multi-factor authentication, biometrics. Global, no borders. We're going to launch with support for every country, everywhere. All you need is internet. That's the beauty of the world we live in. And importantly, nonprofit. So the wallet, the digital wallet, is such an important kind of technology that has to be open for, it shouldn't be governed by a motive of profits. This is about financial inclusion. There's 2.5 billion people who don't have access to banks. We can do that with an app, and it's going to be awesome, trust me. So the social wallet has no minimums, no maximums, no middlemen, and open APIs. I asked TD if I could see their APIs. They said no. Weird. Here's some conceptual apps. So BitGold, for example, a great service that lets you hold digital gold. We could integrate them into the app. You could send people gold directly with that without having to use their app. We have so many apps. There's this company, Uphold, lets you store multiple different currencies. So you could hold all sorts of different currencies and commodities and gold, silver, oil, like all sorts of things. Petro-Canada, you can have loyalty points in there too. And you could have automatic association at payment eventually. You can have wallet themes too. Not everyone has the same wallet. So you could have a Diesel wallet. You could buy a Chanel wallet. Everyone's a little bit particular. So phase 1 is money. Phase 2, identity, social profiles, driver's license, insurance, health records, voter card, passport, mailing address, birth certificate, stocks, contracts, asset ownership. All of these things, as the blockchain revolution gains steam, we're going to need a place to store all our keys. The social wallet is that place to store the keys. So money, identity, open APIs, leveraging blockchain, leveraging the power of social, and making it for the people equals a massive opportunity. And having launched this in January, I've had the support of hundreds of people in various elements, like helping this project, from film, design, programming, like everything. It's been awesome. And so many more people want to help. And we're just going to keep growing. And we're about to launch soon. We have a working app. It works. It's exactly everything I said, except for identity and all that. But we're getting there. So yeah. Thank you very much. That's the social wallet. And this is like the first time it's ever been really shown.
So I'll ask the first question. So if you're going to provide services to every single country, how are you going to deal with things like laws that won't actually allow you to send money to places that are under sanctions?
Absolutely. So we are not actually sending the money. We're just the wallet. Like, picture this wallet here. It's made by, Secret. they are not responsible for how people use the money. In the digital world, we need a digital wallet. Now, we're going to be integrating with payment providers to get the money in and out, but ultimately, if you think about like Louis Vuitton, if I'm like, if I jam it full of a ton of cash bills and give it to someone, it's not Louis Vuitton's fault that that laws were broken. It's the person who used that. So that's kind of our perspective on wallet, and we're not actually handling the money transfer. That's the networks.
Judges?
How do you get money out of the wallet? I want to get it into a bank account.
Very good question. So to get money out of the wallet through the open API integrations, like with BitGold, for example, you get a prepaid MasterCard. So I could just load my MasterCard and spend my MasterCard money. With a Coinbase integration, I can attach my bank account and deposit the money right back to the wallet. Like, I don't know how many people actually use Bitcoin, but it's gotten really easy and really awesome, and it works. Like, I choose Bitcoin as my currency, and it works. And the base currency of this is Bitcoin because it's digital global cash, and it's awesome. Any other questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah. So, if I can squeeze out of here. That sort of wraps it up. But you guys were all very amazing. Thank you so much. It was exciting for us to hear and ask some great questions, great presentations. So the way the process works is we then deliberate and vote on who we think has the most viable product to take to market, the most promising number of criteria we're looking at. And then there's a reception tonight at 5:30, I believe. So we're going to announce the 3 winners. There's 1 winner and 2 runners-up, and present the Fintech Cup, which is right there, very beautiful, tonight at the reception. So thank you all very much for joining us and participating. Hope to see you at the reception.